What up, guys? JT Anime Nerd here, bringing you all that nerdy goodness. Today, I am here to announce a new project of videos coming up, which revolves around something I have felt very strongly about for a long time, and that's how I would have not only handled the DCEU, but how I would have continued Zack Snyder's story, and how I would have gone about the movies that have been in and would have been made. This will involve a few revisions to certain movies, such as Man of Steel, which is the perfect Superman movie in my opinion. That, of course, doesn't mean that this universe didn't make decisions that I wasn't personally behind. But nonetheless, I still would have kept Snyder's train rolling with the DCEU. Now, before I get into the nitty gritty of this project, I am going to be straightforward and honest. I am a full blown Snyderverse fan, and am currently boycotting DC movies as they are now. This is, of course, being due to Henry Cavill's firing and the studio and executives' interferences with DC movies that still seem to be happening to this day. I am at the point where if either something doesn't change or Snyder's DC doesn't make a return, I'm not spending money on DC movies in theaters anymore. Call me petty for it, call me a Snyder cultist, I don't care. Do I have hope for James Gunn's DCEU? No, I do not. And it'll only be if Superman Legacy proves me wrong that I will change my mind. At this point, DC has reached such a low point that I don't even know how to be positive about out these things anymore. I'd rather just watch these movies with a friend that supports them, so I don't have to spend any money on DC films at all anymore. After the incidents with Joss Whedon, I am so surprised that even these executives would still be making the same mistakes. At this point, we can only keep fighting for Snyder's original vision because it's seeming like now WBD is trying too hard to appeal to everyone, not realizing that the fan base is too divided to be repaired anytime soon. I feel that is the big issue with WBD right now, is that they're trying to satisfy all audiences, but only making it worse in the process for the hardcore fans. From here, I can only encourage everyone to fight, scream, and throw a temper tantrum if you want. Just do not be violent about it, and keep up the fight for the Snyderverse. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. Hashtag justice for the Justice League. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Aaron Fisher's YouTube channel because out of all the YouTubers out there, to me, seems to be the one giving the most honest updates and opinions when it comes to DC film news in general. So I trust him 100%, no matter what anyone tries to say or prove, unless he himself proves to me otherwise. At this point, he has not proven that he is untrustworthy. I'll link his channel in the description below. Now then, to get what you are all here to see, and that's how I would handle the DCEU. Now, I know a lot of people might disagree with me for using the same method Marvel uses, but I feel it keeps everything in track, and that's the use of what we know as the phase system. These videos will go all the way from phases 1 through 3, which will end the Dark Side saga, and after that, I'll contemplate on if I want to continue to a phase 4 through 6. I also want to mention that this will all stick to what has come out of the DCU, not James Gunn's DCU, with the exception of Blue Beetle and a full redux of the canceled Batgirl movie. Now, I am gonna mention that some of my changes are gonna be more what some fans won't like spoilers for a future video, for example. But for Batman, I'm actually gonna have Alfred be the one who trains him in martial arts and all the essential physical and mental skills in this version of the DCEU. I know many fans won't agree with that, but it's just because I don't want to over-establish any threads and tie them all back to Batman like in the comics, such as the League of Assassins and Zatanna's father. Not to say that they won't factor in, just not in the way everyone will expect, but I can promise it'll be worth the wait. I meant to say worth it. Now, the first phase, as expected, beginning of course with Man of Steel, with a few major additions and changes, which I still feel tackles what Zack was trying to do with Superman. The movie after that will be the Batman movie titled Batman Gotham Rising, a movie loosely based off of the Batman Year One comic. This story will not only tackle Batman's first year as the Batman, but also tackle Batman's first encounter with the Joker, played by Jared Leto, and Catwoman, played by Carla Gugino, who played the mom in Spy Kids. I really hope I got her name right. Now, due to Ben Affleck needing to look younger for this movie, I imagine if it came out around the time of Batman and v Superman, then if practical makeup couldn't do it, I would have to allow CGI de-aging, well budgeted mind you, in order for Ben Affleck to look way younger. The same would have to be said for any actor who looked older at that time, so I really hope you don't judge me for that, but that's a prequel for you. A secondary option could be to hire younger actors, but since Ben Affleck, Carla Gugino, and Jared Leto are going to be the spotlight actors, I didn't think that was the best idea. After that movie, we would get to Batman v Superman with pretty much everything we saw in the Ultimate Edition DVD. After that, we'd of course have the Wonder Woman movie, which I honestly think is the best as is, but I do have a few thoughts on it. Now, this is where we divert a bit from the original plan, as the movie after that would be a second Batman v Superman movie titled Reign of Justice, loosely based off the Reign of Superman comic. This story would be revolving around more from Batman's perspective on how the world is taking Superman's death. Meanwhile, the Penguin, which in this iteration, and I know a lot of people probably won't be with me on this, would be played by Jonah Hill, as I have heard rumors that he was offered the role but refused it, wants to take advantage of the situation by attempting to get into politics as well as sway the people of Gotham and Metropolis by using LexCorp resources to create a cyborg Superman controlled by the people. Now, I do want to clarify that the real Superman will not be revived in this movie. After Reign of Justice, we'll then get into David Ayer's Suicide Squad, or the Ayer Cut, as we fans call it. That this is one video I won't be making until we finally see David Ayer's Suicide Squad. It's only after the Suicide Squad movie that we truly get into the finale of Phase 1 with Zack Snyder's Justice League. Just to give you guys a little peek of Phase 2, that will be where we have the first Aquaman movie, the first Flash movie, and the first Cyborg movie, all being self-contained stories within this version of the DCEU. So you can consider the version of the Flash we have now to be a sequel for either Phase 2 or 3. But either way, I hope you are all excited for what's coming. I definitely know I am. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and put down in the comment section below on what you thought of this video and the project it announced. With all that said and done, I'm JT Anime. I'll check you guys later, and hashtag restore the Snyderverse.